Ladies and gentlemen, week one is officially in the books now. Monday Night Football is over with. The Vikings reign victorious against the Chicago Bears, doing Chicago Bears things in the fourth quarter. Apparently, nothing ever changes. I knew that there was a red flag when the announcers were celebrating the fact that Caleb Williams was the first quarterback since 1979 to go 10 for 10 in completions, first attempts. I was like, damn, how dark of a time has it been in quarterbacks over in Chicago? However, we're obviously going to be unpacking that, some of the other games that we haven't had an opportunity of touching on. But first and foremost, TD, how you doing, man? I really enjoyed your TikTok that you just ended up launching. I did.
Yeah, man. I'm on TikTok, man. If y'all want to show some love, y'all come over to TikTok. I'm gonna make it a really fun account. Obviously, I'm gonna be talking Dolphins, but I'm also gonna be making some, comedy little bits. So y'all come on over to TikTok. Y'all come check me out. But yeah, I'm just excited to be here today. We get to talk ball. That game last night, a lot we need to talk about in that one. Oh boy, that's just crazy work. But we'll get into it. But thank you to everybody who are here and watching us yet again here on Fourth and Forever, man. We appreciate you.
Richie, what's going on, man? How's life?
Life is great. We got an opportunity to hit 21,000 subscribers on this channel today. If you guys want to help us out, subscribe to the channel if you're new. Maybe we'll hit it by the end of the week. We are close. We're around like 42 away, 48 away, something along those lines. But we have Monday Night Football to talk about. Last night's episode of the AFC East Roundtable was epic. We had over 1,000 people watching at one point live. But we're excited to be here on Fourth and Forever's, the daily flagship NFL show here on Roundtable Sports Network. We got all of the divisional shows kicking off tonight. As you guys know, Roundtable Sports covers every single division. We got a creator affiliated with every single team. That's going to be live tonight. 5 divisional shows tonight, and I'm excited, man. It's a great day. It's a great day.
So an official shout out to everybody that tunes in to the replay of this episode as well. You are equally as important, all right? But do us a favor. It's important to make sure you have those bell notifications turned on because we would love to welcome you live. I talk to a lot of people that tune into this show. Several of you use us as background noise while you go about your day-to-day work responsibilities. Yep. Or perhaps you're running errands and you just want to hear what's going on with the NFL to speed the day across. Certainly recommend that you guys end up taking advantage of that bell notification so you can hop in live and let us know your thoughts in the live chat. We're starting the show off today with some breaking news. The 49ers can't catch a damn break, boy. George Kittle is being added to the IR. That broke literally a couple of seconds ago. And I'm also hearing rumors that Brock Purdy may not be available next weekend as well. Thankfully, they play the Saints, I want to say. I'm going to have to double check that. But, wow, times get darker for the San Francisco 49ers. Richie, thoughts on this? Can they recover?
Yeah, I mean, they got we didn't really talk about this game, I don't think, yet, but
yeah, we're going to transition over to it afterwards.
Yeah, we got a lot of games to recap. We haven't finished our full recap segment, which we'll do in this episode here. But, this is not good. This is a big piece to their offense. Remember, Brandon Ayuk is still out with his injury. I know they got the win, and it was a close one. But I think that, George Kittle at this stage of his career, I stayed away from him in fantasy football for this reason. Just not someone I really want to have on my team that is injury prone, but definitely bad news for the San Francisco 49ers. But hey, man, it was, we'll get into the recap, but it was, I don't know if Jets fans are going to hate me for saying this, but it made me feel good to see Robert Saleh have a smile on his face after his defense won them the game. Saleh, a terrible head coach, but a really good human being. And it was just cool to see him happy again because, boy, oh boy, was he miserable with the Jets last year.
So you wanted him to look happy, man.
I don't want him to be happy. I just seeing a smile on his face, it was just like, man, like that's a good guy right there. Like, I'm happy for him. Didn't work out with us. I'm happy the Jets moved on from him. Very happy with Aaron Glenn. But seeing him with a smile on his face, he's a good dude. Happy to see him happy.
But, what does this mean for San Francisco, right? So does this change your mind about this team? It was an ugly win for San Francisco. It was not a good win by any shot. George Kittle, who wasn't even available, I think, on week 1, by the way, either. So it's not like that this was much of a surprise here. What does this mean for San Francisco with all these injuries?
Listen, man, the NFC West is a little bit wide open than we think. You know, that was an ugly, ugly game between those two guys. And you have the Rams getting an ugly win over the Texans. The Cardinals, ugly win over the Saints, I believe. So I don't know. I mean, this is definitely not a good thing. And let's also not forget the whole Christian McCaffrey situation. You know, let's see. He was healthy, but who knows how long he'll be healthy. So this is definitely an interesting spot for the San Francisco 49ers, but their defense won them that game, and their defense is healthy right now. And with Robert Saleh returning to that team, I think that he can coach up a championship caliber defense. So as long as their defense is great and their offense can just move the ball, and Ricky Purcell and those guys, Jennings, if they can step up in the replacement of a guy like Kittle, then I think they'll be all right.
So what do you got on that, TD? Is it doom and gloom for the Niners?
No, they'll be fine. Again, he's getting older. I mean, this is something I'm sure that they've been preparing for. At the end of the day, I watched that game, and obviously we're going to get into it. It's a tough blow because, you know, his experience. But the good thing is it's early in the season now. Did they say how long he'll be out?
So if he's on IR, that's at least 4 weeks.
Yeah, but do we know exactly what is it again? That's what's hurting him? What's the issue again?
His hamstring.
Oh yeah, he'll be back in 4 weeks then. Should be, at least, as long as it doesn't linger. It's early in the season. This isn't, you know, a panic moment. This isn't a big one here. They'll be just fine. I think they'll win games even without him. I think the team has always been well coached. And now Purdy, I get it whenever he doesn't have all his array of weapons, but he just got a W. So I'm gonna trust this team to still take care of business above 500 until he gets back. But they'll be fine in my opinion.
And so the San Francisco 49ers also are blessed with the easiest schedule in the NFL.
Forgot about
Seattle didn't really look all that good, and I think that's a great transition into us unpacking that game. From what I saw, as long as Christian McCaffrey is healthy, he is truly the engine of that offense. Like, shout out to Pearsall. He had like 4 receptions, I want to say, for well over 100 yards. Yep. 108 yards, 4 receptions, 27 on average. But McCaffrey was really the reason why they won that game. He carried the ball 22 times, 69 yards, and added 73 right in the air as far as the receiving game. I really hope. I think that they can get away without Kittle for these next couple of weeks. Hell, I even think that San Francisco could get away with it without Brock Purdy next week. I think they could get away without Brock Purdy next week. But if Christian McCaffrey goes down, folks, like, this season could go down very quickly for the team. But quality performance, 17 points from the team. I'm interested to see once Brandon Ayuk and Juwan Jennings come back from their injuries. Maybe they could catch fire late, run away with the NFC West, because remember, we saw the Rams only put up 14 points this past week too. And so a game that we need to unpack here. But I think transitioning over to the Seattle Seahawks. And so offensively, not much to really ride home about, right? Love JSN. Hey, let me tell you what. Like, he was a fantasy darling for me this past week. By the way, how was that L, TD?
You know what? It's very high of you to bring that up. But guess what? I know you wanted to bring it up yesterday, but you couldn't. You couldn't.
Yeah, because what Aaron Jones could do.
Aaron Jones won
he couldn't bring up yesterday, TD, because the week wasn't over.
Yeah, Aaron Jones won him the game in the 4th quarter, Richie. Dan was
He won. Who cares?
He was down by 6 points in fantasy, and Swift was balling at first, and then it just totally flipped because Chicago went down. Dan, you know you lucked out. You know you did. You know you were sweating at the end of the 3rd quarter like, TD finna beat me in fantasy.
Win, doesn't matter. The column is the same, baby.
I think you gotta change your name from TD Finn's Elite to TD Finn's Fraud.
Richie, it was 95 to 89 in the 4th quarter.
Don't you dare sleep on Kirkham-sized Penix. Okay?
Well, let me just let you both know that you both are lucky you didn't face off against me, because your boy put up 144 points. Okay, I just want to let you guys know who's running this league so far. 144 points, and that's because of Justin Fields and Garrett Wilson being on my team. But just want to throw that out there.
Joe Burrow ain't gonna put up 8 points every week. Come on, y'all already know what time it is.
I don't know about that, brother.
Shout out to the Patreon members who was in the fantasy league as well. We're excited to see this continue, man. But I'm excited for this league, man.
Yeah, I face off against DD. All right, so about to go 2-0.
I hope I versus TD, bro. Easy win.
Easy win against TD Finstock, man.
I don't know,
but
I hope.
Look, making the transition over to Seattle, a 16 for 23 with completions and attempts for Darnold. Only 150 yards. Charbonnet is clearly RB1 over there. I'm sorry for anyone that drafted Kenneth Walker. I think that's where Seattle tends to be trending. And a lackluster debut from Cooper Kupp. 2 receptions, only 15 yards. Again, I want to give credit where credit is due. So the San Francisco 49ers did look good defensively. I don't think we walk away with a conclusion of what this new age or this new look Seattle team is looking like. But especially with how Geno Smith played for Las Vegas, it's not looking like the best decision from the Seattle Seahawks organization. Richie, thoughts on this game? Biggest standouts? What did we learn from either of these teams?
I mean, this is a defensive game, man. I mean, both offenses were not able to score a bunch of points. Sam Darnold did not step up at the end, got to score in the red zone. And I think that the NFC West is wide open. I really don't see anybody in this division that impressed in week 1. You're like, yeah, that's the favorite. You know what I mean? Like that's how I look at this game. I'm excited to see how this division pans out. But the Cardinals escaped with a win. Rams escaped with a win. And this was a divisional matchup that came down to the wire. And the San Francisco 49ers fan base, they travel, bro. They took over that stadium. And I'm excited for the NFC West Roundtable event over in LA, Rams-Niners, week number 5. I will be there in LA for that game. And I'm excited to see how San Francisco fans travel. I think that's going to be a big matchup. But I guess you would say the Rams are the favorite to come out of that division at this point. But only time will tell.
14 points against the Houston Texans could be a conversation, but we'll obviously save that game.
Why don't we get into it now?
Well, hey, you know what? Let's do that. In fact, the LA Rams ended up beating up on the Houston Texans. And look, I will tell you that Houston's defense, again, is still very much Super Bowl caliber. I do believe that. I think they have a great defense. Pass rush, secondary, all across the board. It is a scary unit. And I would not be surprised by the end of the season, they are ranked number 1 in points allowed. They are that good. But holy hell, this Houston Texans offense is not doing them any favors. That offensive line, absolutely abysmal. Wide receivers, terrible step back. I'm going to be patient on Higgins. I'm going to be patient on Knoll. But when I look at C.J. Stroud, who many talking heads were crowning him a top 5 quarterback in this league 2 years ago.
CD.
A top 5 quarterback in this league 2 years
Tony
ago.
Dow.
We could say it's his offensive line. We could say it. We could say that it's his multiple changes in the wide receiving room. Had Nick Chubb go 13 for 60. Their leading receiver was Jaden Higgins for 32 yards. This offense was stale. And one thing I can tell you about the Houston Texans, I can't go out and predict who wins the AFC South because I honestly think it's between the Jags or the Colts, surprisingly enough.
Might be
we'll
the Colts.
save that
They're
for
the best
now.
team in the league.
But one thing I can tell you is I can guarantee you that Houston does not win the AFC South this year. Far too many problems on the offensive line. I'm sitting here looking at how many times C.J. Stroud sacked 3 times, had a very high pressure rate, was running all over the place, thankfully due to his mobility. Not high on the Texans, man. And especially when I look at their schedule, it's going to be tough sledding. TD, thoughts on this game? LA, Houston Texans, 14-9.
Yeah, it's a bad look. It's a bad look for the Texans, but let's not forget the Rams only put up 14-2. Let's remember that. Okay. And we know Houston has a good
defense,
defense, obviously. But this is more about the Texans' lack of offensive production, because even though the Rams only put up 14, Stafford still had an efficient day, in my opinion. I thought he played well enough. But this is about C.J. Stroud. He needs to take that next step. He needs to carry his team and figure out ways to get the job done. I'm very heavy on putting things on the quarterback. We know they got a lot of issues, O-line and all type of stuff, receivers. But at the end of the day, it's all on the young guy. It's all on the young king. He got to rise up and get his team to play better football. And again, 9 points. You got to push harder than that. You should be able to impact the game better than that. At least, I know this is nitpicking, but at least 10, like 2. Yeah, this is just not a good look for the Houston Texans. Here's what I'll say too, because remember, they traded off Larry Tunsil. They're trying to like kind of regroup the team in a different way. They better not play with fire. You win 7-8 games and become, take the back seat in that division. They could be. Don't let D'Amico be on the hot seat. I don't think he is at all, but you got to thrive with your young quarterback, because when it's time, you can't waste his valuable, cheap years, because when it's time for him to get paid, it only get harder. So not a good look. They got to figure this out.
TD, I didn't hear you mention CJ Stroud once.
I did. I put it all on CJ Stroud. What are you talking about? I said he got to do better. He got to lift his team. He got to be the one that makes the difference. I understand the O-line and receivers and stuff, but man, 2 years ago you were it. You gotta. It doesn't matter if you got a bad O-line. I've seen other quarterbacks do more with less, and you're a little mobile, so you got to make plays, man. You got to impact the game. And you see all these quarterbacks out here impacting the game, even if it's with your legs. So they got to figure it out, man.
Yeah, CJ Stroud, bro. Like, I'm sorry. You both pinned me against the wall. You're a CJ Stroud hater. You're a CJ Stroud. Like, can we stop with the hater word?
But you're a hater. You're just
see what I mean?
Mature with it.
What has CJ Stroud done to, like, level things up? Oh, I'm not high in the Patriots. So I'm a hater now. I'm not high in the Dolphins. I'm a hater now. Well, they're both 0-1. I'm not high in CJ Stroud. I'm a hater now. Well, CJ Stroud stinks. I don't know what to tell you, man. Like, I'm not impressed with CJ Stroud. Like, he has these little flashes, but he does not look like a consistent quarterback that is a top 5, top 10 caliber. Like, he looks not good. I mean, I'd argue Trevor Lawrence looks better right now. And, like, that's not saying much, but there is nothing out there that I see with CJ Stroud. Like,
and so Lawrence sucked last weekend too.
Exactly my point.
Know, right?
Yeah. I mean, I'm not saying Trevor looked good. That's not even me saying Trevor was great. Like, I'm just keeping it a buck about how I feel about these teams and quarterbacks. The Texans, how can you lose a game when you give up 14 points? Their defense is really good. D'Amico Ryan's the defensive guy. Derek Stingley, top corner. Like, they got pass rushers. They're a good defense. You score 9 points. Were they all field goals? Did they not even score a touchdown? Because, like, that's inexcusable to do that. And I think that the Houston Texans, they got to figure themselves out still early in the season. CJ Stroud, man, there's a one-hit wonder attached to his name. He was really good as a rookie, struggled last year, then performed in the playoffs. But the AFC South seems to be getting better around him. And I'm not gonna, go this far. But Cam Ward and the Titans may be coming. So be careful, Texans. You had your chance to win the division back-to-back years. The Colts look better. The Jaguars look definitely well improved in terms of a coaching staff, even though they did not look impressive at all week 1. But, man, we got to see a little bit more from Houston before anything, because 9 points with C.J. Stroud supposedly being a top-tier quarterback is a joke. Like, Dolphins, we expected 8 points, but actually I didn't. I didn't expect 8 points from the Dolphins. I expected their offense to do something. But, man.
So the thing is that, like, I do want to give some consideration to how awful his offensive line is. It is terrible.
I mean,
however,
but let's also add this. Why are they trading away Larry Tunsil?
Exactly. Why I'm so hard on CJ Stroud, and maybe it's no fault of his own. Maybe it's just the media that tried telling us that he was elite and he was a top 5 guy. He should be good enough to be able to overcome questionable offensive line play.
And that's exactly
if
my
you're
point,
going to give him that moniker.
Thank you. People were putting Stroud in top 5 category. I'm sorry, I'm not going to baby him and say, but his offensive line is bad. Like, yes, there's context that needs to be had with these quarterbacks in the league, but in my opinion, good quarterbacks are able to thrive in bad situations. Joe Burrow has had a bad offensive line his entire career with Cincinnati. Does he make excuses? Does that offense make excuses? No. I mean,
No,
those
he
are
should,
what
though.
good quarterbacks do.
Yeah. 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 No,
And
man.
Stroud is no
like,
bum either. Like, he's a good quarterback, but the question is he great?
It's funny because last night when I was watching the Vikings and the Chicago Bears, there really is a massive gap in between the 4 elite quarterbacks in this league and everybody else. Like it's almost like all 4 of the guys, Pat, Josh, Lamar, and Burrow. And yes, I'm still putting Burrow in there, besides the fact that he played an absolute stinker and against the Cleveland Browns, like I told you. But like once you separate those 4 guys, it's like that they're playing an entire different sport. It's almost effortless.
No, stop.
I feel like spoiled that I get to watch Josh Allen play football every single Sunday, especially watching for the inconsistencies that I see all across the league.
I don't know, man. Fields looked like
genuinely
a baby Lamar in that game.
He did.
He's a baby Lamar.
But you forgot
a young
you
Lamar.
forgot Jaden Daniels. You forgot Justin Herbert
And Jalen Hurts.
Jalen Hurts as well. So yeah.
So to protect Jaden Daniels, I am not going to hop on the elite train just yet. Otherwise, we could be having the same conversation with him as CJ Stroud. CJ is probably a very nice young man, and he didn't go out there and say that he was some elite guy. It was people like us that said that he was this elite guy. Hence why he gets all the hate. It's the news that follows him. So I'm protecting Jaden Daniels right now.
Yeah, I mean, it's true. CJ Stroud, 1-year wonder. We got to see Daniels do it.
Yeah, but nobody said
week 1?
CJ Stroud was elite. They say he was great at the time. He played great. I didn't say elite. I don't cross that category.
And so it wasn't even you. A lot of people were saying, oh, my God, he's top 5 in this league already. He's a rookie. He should have won MVP. He was the guy. And, like, I mean,
Jaden Daniels elite. Okay, Jalen Hurts is elite. All right. Yeah.
Jalen Hurts also has a top-tier defense to help, unlike the Jets. Because Fields was better than Hurts in week 1, just saying.
Still elite.
Okay. He's elite. Hurts is elite. I agree. But I'm just like, I love saying these things. You know what I mean?
I know you do. Richie act like he got some hope now, then.
I don't know, man. How could I not? It's kind of weird. I don't know. It's like I'm sitting back, just trying to enjoy the ride while I can, man.
So, quick question. Did we go over the Green Bay Packers and Detroit Lions game yesterday?
No, we didn't.
Yeah, we did.
Did we?
Yeah.
We did go over that. What games did we still need to touch on?
The games we need to touch on is this one right here. Falcons, Buccaneers.
Ooh.
Hey, Emeka Egbuka. Hey. Oh.
Richie, why don't you go on ahead, man? Thoughts, biggest standouts from Tampa Bay finally getting a dub against the Atlanta Falcons.
Absolute thriller. NFC South matchup. I think this division is between these two teams. I think you can argue the NFC's tough, but these two teams could both be playoff teams if it all shapes out. When's the last time the NFC South had a wild card team? It feels like forever.
God knows.
Right? It's usually just never a wild card team out of that one. But I think it's going to be one of these two teams winning the division, and there's a chance that one of them can make the wild card push. You know, Baker Mayfield is just that guy in the clutch. There was like something crazy that happened right at the end of the game with the kicker. But it was awesome to see Baker Mayfield go out there and just light it up. Todd Bowles, I mean, I don't know if you guys saw the post-game, the locker room speech. He was just like, I don't usually do this, but he said something funny. And, I love seeing the emotion of Todd Bowles go out there. But, big game from Baker Mayfield, man. It wasn't really super impressive in terms of numbers and yards, but he got in the end zone. Emeka Egbuka is that dude. And a tight game that came down to the absolute wire. And we'll see if Atlanta can go out there and bounce back.
Richie, I was in and out of this. What happened at the end with the kicker?
Yeah, honestly, I was at the game Sunday, so I didn't really get to see exactly what happened, but I did see something along those lines.
Yeah, but what I will say is when you look at the rest of the division, these are the teams. Okay, we already know what time it is with the Saints, and we in Carolina. Yeah, we haven't talked about that one, by the way. Bryce Young. But these are the premier teams in that division. And here's the thing, man. Atlanta, here's the weird thing about the game. I was kind of impressed with Atlanta's defense for the most part. You know, Baker, when I saw some of the footage of the game, he was kind of hit and miss. I think that's the best way of putting it. But when it mattered, he made the plays at the end of the day. But Atlanta with Penix, they're so close, but people need to realize this is a team that's still figuring it out. This is their young guy. Is it safe to say this is Penix's rookie year? Should we give him this as the rookie year?
For sure.
So, yeah, as they figure that out, I think they'll be fine. But I think these two teams are going to slug it out all season, and it's going to come down to the end on one of them winning the division.
So I look at this, and certainly an impressive performance from Michael Penix, but you could still tell that he's a rookie.
Yeah.
Like, yes, he was flirting with 300 yards.
But you want to see the end zone more, you know?
Yeah. You want to see the end zone a little bit more, like make sure that like you're able to like look off particular safety sets in the red zone, like be more so like quick decision making, etc. But quality game from Bijan Robinson, like holy hell, that guy was going off. He was going off this past Sunday. As long as they continue to make him the focal point of that offense, that's going to do wonders for Michael Penix's development. I still anticipate that we are going to be looking at like a roller coaster type year. He's a rookie, right? Like you're going to have games, I think, where he goes up against defenses that might confuse him. He did only play like 3 games last year, all 3 of which I don't even believe were playoff teams. So I'm interested to see week 2, 3, 4, and onward to see if he can start making those slight improvements. But I did like what I saw. Just keep on making the focal point, Bijan, and that's going to do wonders as he progresses through this year. As far as Baker, man, dude, I know that he didn't jump off the stat sheet, but still 3 touchdowns, 2 of which with a rookie in Emeka Egbuka, man. I think we can all agree. It's between LSU or Ohio State for wide receiver university at this point. Whatever comes out of that school, you know that they are day one contributors. 2 touchdowns for the young man. And Chris Godwin wasn't even available on week 1 either. When he's healthy, what's this offense looking like? I feel that if Baker Mayfield again finds himself in the top 5 of any sort of passing category this year, I think he has proven it, that he has earned that first overall selection or that first round with the hype, because now he's done it with 3 different offensive coordinators back to back to back. So big Baker Mayfield guy. I'm glad he was able to get it done. He was struggling a tad against that Atlanta Falcons defense for the vast majority of the game, but you can tell the difference between a vet and a redshirt rookie, and that was one of the perfect examples, was this Bucs and Falcons game. Who wins the division? My buddy actually, it's my buddy from the Bills Roundtable, Kevin. Like his hot take is that Kirk Cousins is starting by week 7. Hey. So, I don't know.
Well, Dan, can we get into the other game in that division as well?
Yeah, dude. We're gonna. You were right, dude.
Yeah,
Richie,
I'm
our boy
waiting on
Bryce,
Richie to say
man.
that. I'm gonna wait for Richie to say it.
Yo, Richie, our boy Bryce, man. No, Bryce.
Hey,
Young.
week 1's a lie, man.
Week 1 is a lie. But all right, listen, I'm gonna go on ahead and look. I am eating crow. All right, I am not too proud to let everyone know when I am wrong. And again, it is week 1. I could be pleasantly surprised, but holy hell, talk about an absolute fraudulent spurt of success in 2024, just going off of one season. Some people might be able to make the excuse of, oh my God, was an hour and a half rain delay, then halftime, or wherever the order was. Maybe it sort of like chopped them off. But look, I always thought it was weird because why Bryce Young struggled was due to piss poor mechanics. And then when he ended up getting unbenched and he was brought back in, he went on that absolute run. I was like, oh my God, he must have fixed some of his mechanics. He's working with Canales. He's one of the best offensive minds out there right at the quarterback position. He's the quarterback whisperer. But then when you look at his tape, his mechanics were still awful, but somehow, some way it was working. We saw the Bryce Young prior to being benched last year on week 1 versus a team in the Jacksonville Jaguars that obviously has a slept-on defense for the most part, but Bryce just looked bad. He looked very, very bad. And I'm curious to see how long his leash is. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and pull up their schedule. I want to see if there's any hope for these guys, or at least for the quarterback. He has the Cardinals. Kind of like the Panthers in that matchup, but obviously we'll save that for later in the week once we get to previews. But piss poor performance from Carolina collectively all across the board. As far as the Jacksonville Jaguars, man, look, I know they won, but if they were playing literally any other team, like 60, 70% of the rest of the NFL, like I'm not convinced that they would have won either. Piss poor. They shipped off Tank Bigsby over to the Eagles, by the way. We didn't even talk about that. And Trevor just looked like shit. I'm still pissed that they didn't target the Brian Thomas Jr. at all either. And then with Travis Hunter, I guess, cool. But we shall see. TD, thoughts on this game? Panthers, Jaguars. Go ahead.
Oh, yeah. This game, congratulations to Bryce Young. You just entered the tri-quarterback carousel that's now a quad. All right? It's now a quad. Look out for these 4 quarterbacks next offseason. They are going to be shipped out of their organizations. Bryce Young, Tua Tagovailoa, Kyler Murray, and Trevor Lawrence. This is the epitome of mid to above mid. The type of quarterbacks that are not terrible. They just aren't great. They just aren't really good. Okay? They waste organizations' time. And this game had 2 of them in it. Trevor Lawrence, I mean, he looked better than Bryce Young, but come on. This is who he is. Make some plays, not a fall-off quarterback, but these guys aren't moving the needle. They do not move the needle. And I don't want to talk about Trevor Lawrence. I've been telling y'all for the longest who he is. Talk about Bryce Young. I tried to tell you, Dan Mitchell. I tried to tell you, Richie. I've been trying to tell y'all. Stop the cap for Bryce Young because he played a little better last year at the end of the season. When you really go look at it, he really didn't. It was just better than terrible. Okay? He was average, and that's better than the terrible he was, so it gave you hope. No, he's one of those guys, man. This guy was absolutely – you know what? And, guess what? There was only one quarterback in the NFL this weekend that was worse than Tua Tagovailoa. Bryce Young. The same fumble loss Tua had, the same 2 interceptions Tua had, but Bryce Young threw for like 50% or 55%. You know, Tua going to still have a good completion percentage with his dink and dunking. And they both had like 140 yards. The only quarterback played worse than Tua. I didn't even think it was possible to play worse than Tua did this weekend. As I look back, Bryce Young was worse than Tua Tagovailoa. At the end of the day, this is what you get with these short quarterbacks that just they're good enough not to be good enough, and they don't have anything special about them. They have nothing special about them. Like Tua, what's special? You know, Bryce Young, what's special?
Yeah, what is special about Tua? His timing?
Trevor Lawrence, what's really special? Kyler Murray, it used to be his mobility, but that don't even show up like it used to. So what's special? And that's why these guys are at the bottom of the barrel now in the league. You got players like Caleb Williams, who wasn't great in the back end of the game, but was amazing early on, show more flash. You got J.J. McCarthy, who was trying to figure it out all game and then became an MVP in the 4th quarter. Like, you got all these young guys passing you up.
Why didn't you mention Fields, Danny?
Yeah, man, Justin Fields, that's a different realm right there. Justin Fields impressed me.
What do you mean it's a different realm?
So, it's a different realm because those are younger guys. He's
Fields is
still young, but
trying to prove
those
himself.
that's but he's a little bit more in the
More seasoned.
Yeah. So, but to give
I
you
got you.
credit on that, Richie, he qualifies because these guys are passing you up. These guys in the NFL are
But
passing
like Trevor
you up.
Lawrence is older than Fields. That's my point.
Yeah. I mean, you're right. I'm just saying these guys are passing you up, though. And the more, I mean, Cam Ward, as bad
Ooh,
as the
darts.
Titans look,
Cam.
passing you up.
Cam Ward throwing bullets, bro.
You can't live like this, man. All these young guys passing you up every year. It's bad business.
Bad for business.
It's bad
And yeah,
business.
you should be happy, Dan, and feel like you're lucky because it's hard out here not having an elite quarterback, man.
Yeah.
No, I
It's
feel,
hard out
no.
here,
it
man.
feels good, Dan. It feels good finally, man. Like, you know, I never
relax. All right? Relax. I'm not
Hey,
allowing
hey.
that. I'm not allowing that in here.
Hey, one
Right?
week, we're in. We're in, baby.
Yeah.
Man, that's funny.
Yeah.
Let me live while I can, as long as it lasts, okay?
Richie,
I don't know how long it's gonna
last. Thoughts on Bryce Young, our boy, dude? We
man,
giving
Bryce
up on
Young.
him?
Nah, man, you can't give up. All right, you can't do it just yet. He looks stinky though. Ooh, PU. I mean, the Carolina Panthers, they're just
Stinky.
not. That was such a bad game overall. Lawrence looked bad. Bryce Young, was that like the worst game of the week? I mean, it was definitely not impressive on any stretch of the imagination. I'm excited to see what he looks like. Like, I love week 2 in the NFL because it's the first time to see the adjustments from these teams. We're going to see Carolina now go on the road to Arizona, and the Cardinals did not have an impressive win at all. So that's going to be an interesting battle between them two, but I'm going to give him some time before I write off Bryce Young because, you know, there's some quarterbacks that look bad in week 1 and go out and be MVPs, you know, so in recent history. So we'll see.
We're gonna have to see. We are gonna have to.
All right, let's
see.
talk about
Right
this
before-
Monday Night Football game already.
Oh,
Or
talk about that game.
or
What?
I don't know,
Breaking
you were about to do
news: the
something.
Miami Dolphins have signed offensive guard Cole Strange from the Cleveland Browns practice squad.
Yo,
We
down
up,
bad,
baby.
bro.
We up. We are so up.
Man, what are you salvaging? What are you trying to salvage, bro? Man, I can't wait to get to this preview segment because I'm curious to get into these Dolphins and Patriots. That's going to be a fun game. Is that at 1 o'clock?
Yeah, it should be.
What's that?
I said I'm excited for these previews to get into for week 2.
So the previews are coming, man. We're gonna start ripping those off on Wednesday, baby.
But we do have breaking news, which is Cole Strange being signed to the Miami Dolphins.
Former first round pick, baby.
Former
know how to
bust.
first round pick that many
The
thought
biggest
Belichick
bust
reached
of all
on.
time.
All right, no, you just gotta unlock a first round pick.
He was
I'm
projected
serious.
day 3. Remember,
It's-
did you see that viral clip of Sean McVay at a press conference? And he saw Cole Strange get drafted, and he's like, "I had him as a 3rd round pick. I wanted to get him in the 3rd round."
Wow.
Bill Belichick,
Yeah, you know what, man? I'm not gonna punish Cole Strange for being a first round bust because nobody in their right mind would have drafted him in the first place, right? Like he was like a 3rd guy. But
what
I did
team
see that
drafted him?
Miami's injury report is scary. And you know what? I did pick Miami to beat the Patriots, like during my pick portion.
Ooh, you just spoiled it, Dan.
Well, and so it's already on TikTok. And so if people wanted to see it. But dude, with all those injuries, dude, yeah, Storm Duck is not gonna be out there, dude. Come on,
No way.
man.
Storm
Dude,
Duck
that's
is
like the
down.
loss- that's the loss of
The
the
man
year.
that got beat by Michael Pittman down the right sideline.
Yeah. Storm Duck.
And you employ a guy named
unavailable.
Storm Duck. Like, what is going on with the Miami?
Yeah. Storm Duck's not going to be out there. You have Daniels, one of your offensive linemen. Yeah, dude, it's rough. Like,
Can we just talk? I know we're goggling into like recaps and stuff, but we got to get into these Dolphins a little bit more because this is writing on the wall of just like terror. TD, like, how are you going through this? And can we just show off? I mean, TD was literally crying today.
No.
TD posted a TikTok, and if you guys did not miss, we have TD Fins Talk is back on TikTok, and This is poor TD, man. Storm Duck. This is what happens when Storm Duck is gone, bro. So, TD, why are you crying?
Man, you know what, man? I'm not gonna cry anymore. I'm gonna enjoy the chaos because we gonna end up drafting somebody better than Josh Allen. I'm telling you, it's coming. It's coming.
I can't wait for you to draft like somebody that's so good but just gets ruined by the organization.
Oh my God!
Let me ask you this: if the Dolphins drafted Justin Herbert, is Justin Herbert good right now?
Yeah,
with Miami.
Yeah, because he can make every throw. There's a lot of things that teams do to us now. Did you see Xavier Howard, his interview? He came out, and those who don't know, Xavier Howard used to be our all-pro corner in Miami. He took a year off last year because he didn't need to pay. He was still getting paid. And if he joined the team last year, he wouldn't be getting paid the money he was already guaranteed. So he took the year off, and then he signed with the coach this year. And he did an interview after the game and said, yeah, I told everybody, just take away the middle, disrupt this first read, and we'll be good.
Yeah, no. I did see that.
Yeah.
And that's true. Like, we've been saying that for years, and people
take away the middle.
Didn't agree.
And he said because he can't make the throws on the outside. Justin Herbert will not allow you to take away the middle. You have those guys like Tyreek and Waddle. Justin Herbert will have a field day. You know how Justin Herbert every game underthrows that deep ball? Come on, man. You got Tyreek and Waddle out there, man. Justin Herbert will have an MVP season. So, yes, if we had Herbert, yeah, we would be better. And the O-line wouldn't be. And in the new Herbert running the football, man, we have a dynasty.
You didn't mention Herbert in that top quarterback.
I did mention Herbert. I brought him up at first. Yeah.
All right. Well, we should figure out weekly segments on Fourth and Forever, like quarterback rankings, top 10 teams. We should do that and make graphics about it. I don't know.
Yep.
An idea.
So we could check on the downfall of the Dolphins. That's like a weekly. So it's a Tuesday.
It's not gonna last forever.
We could do like head coaching profiles, like for the Dolphins to target, like going into it. Like we can get ahead of it.
Man, it's week 1 and we're talking about this with y'all, man. That's crazy.
We could do mock drafts for the Miami Dolphins every single Tuesday, like starting next Tuesday. I don't
know how you're gonna get through this, TD. I know how it's like. So TD, hit my line if you need any advice on how to get through a season like this, because I've been through it. I know exactly what it's like.
I don't need to hit your line. We about to
I'm an
turn it around.
experienced veteran with it.
We about to
I'm experienced with this. What you are experiencing, I went through multiple times, and I'll tell you this, it ain't fun. Let's get into our Patreon callers. We got Habitual Line Stepper up, our new Patreon member, a Baltimore Ravens fan, if I'm not mistaken.
He is. What up, dude?
Yes, y'all can hear me?
Yes, sir. What's up, man?
What up?
What's up? Congratulations, Dan.
Thank you, man. Thank you, bro. I about had like 3 heart attacks, but
I'm glad y'all won because it finally exposed with us at the end of the bar in Flock Nation. That's what we call, by our coaching staff and our head of the organization, John Harbaugh. He calls us the end of the bar guys because we say he needs to go. Yeah. He got this old philosophy, coach scared. We always joke we got the wrong Harbaugh. Now the rest of the fan base is starting to finally come along, and we needed that loss because it's about time. Like the frustration building up over here.
Yeah.
And I've been dropping in. I'll be seeing Bills fans with the same thing with Sean McDermott, but I think y'all got one. Y'all.
I hope so. Yeah, I hope so, man. Like it was definitely a question because like when I looked at the first half Baltimore Ravens and the second half, as soon as we all started pulling away, like you could see that Harbaugh was coaching scared.
Yeah, that's his philosophy, man.
Like he was playing like more soft zone. Like And so especially with his defensive play call.
Oh gosh. Dropping the wrong people back on the coaching picking. Like sometimes he pick good coaches, sometimes he don't pick guys who could challenge him for his spot. So he's like your guy picked Joe Brady. He don't care,
Yeah.
It can be frustrating sometimes.
And so y'all are going to be fine, man. Y'all have the Browns this week. I'm not worried about the Cincinnati Bengals. I think you'll be able to punch them in the mouth twice this year. And we'll probably see you in the playoffs again.
Yep, on the road once again. Gotta come to
On
Buffalo.
the road in Buffalo.
Yeah, that's true.
But y'all enjoy your show.
Thank you,
TD, boy, I don't know what you're gonna do this season. It's looking ugly over there.
It's done, TD. It's done.
Week 1. Come on, y'all. That's not overreact.
You got blown out by the Colts. I mean, come on. We have a right to say these things.
Let's watch the next game first. The start.
Drake May is about to. Do you know what the Dolphins about to do? You're about to spark the delusion of Patriots fans that Drake May is a franchise quarterback after what he's about to do to y'all. Drake May about to put up 4 touchdowns, 400 yards. That's what he's about to do.
So that kind of reminds me of yesterday when we got that call from that Colts fan being like, dude, like now Colts fans are thinking that we're going to win the division because of Danny Dimes. Like there's still people in the Colts organization, I think, that are just so like enamored with Anthony Richardson being the starting quarterback that I think a large part of them were hoping that the Colts would just be bad and lose terribly to the Miami Dolphins. And a lot of them still feel that way. Guys, like I've been a big proponent of Indiana Jones all offseason, all right, saying that he is by far your best option at the quarterback position. All right, every single year there is a quarterback nobody sees coming that's just put in the right position, that's put behind the perfect offensive line, has the supporting cast that meshes well with them. I think Daniel Jones, to me, is that quarterback that steps up and he becomes the Sam Darnold of 2025. I genuinely do.
That could
Do
very
you think
well
he's
happen.
the only one, then?
No.
Um,
Oh Lord, give it up, Richie.
so why don't you talk to me after week 2? So you talk to me after week 2.
How about
Except for
Daniel
you're talking
Jones?
about a defense that let up 40 points last week. So let me get back to you by like week 3.
All I'm saying
week
is
4.
DJ ain't the only one that fits the exact quarterback
then-
you just explained. That's all I'm saying.
Dan, don't mention a defense letting up 40. I think because you won, you keep forgetting what y'all.
Yeah. I mean, we did. You know, like I feel like the Ravens can have the same conversation with themselves too, though.
But let's
That's
also,
true.
I mean, let's be honest too. Anthony Richardson, I'm sorry, is not capable of doing what Daniel Jones did.
No, hell no. Maybe
Yes.
Indianapolis would have won. Maybe Indianapolis might have won that game.
They still
but
would have won the game with Anthony Richardson. Come
Y'all
on.
been fouling
it
on
probably
y'all.
would have been like 17-8, though. It
All
probably
right,
would have
listen.
been 17-8.
Okay, let me give at least Dolphin fans and all other fans in the NFL back down to earth, okay? And Dolphin fans, build you up a little bit here. Here's the thing that nobody's talking about, you know, and I know you're gonna laugh about it, but I don't think the Dolphins should be as concerned because I'm truly starting to believe, as I look at the tape, the Colts might be the best team in the NFL. They just might be the best team in the NFL.
I knew
And
this
if
is your
they
narrative to
are,
inflate
okay,
them.
it makes sense. It makes sense. You know, it happens, you know. You go up
Oh,
against
boy.
the best, they put something on you, like, oh man, you know, it happens. So, you know, let things play out. All
First
right.
seed in the AFC, the Colts.
Possibly. I mean, they played the Dolphins, a phenomenal team, and did that. Man, I mean, it was the most impressive win this week. So yeah.
Wow. Well, you heard it here first. Indianapolis is first team all. Oh, we'll see. DF Forever is live on the Patreon caller. What's up, Dwayne?
What's up, Dwayne?
Oh, not much, Richie. As much as I've been behind you in Fields, man, win a game before you start putting Fields that high up on that pedestal.
I'm joking
TD,
around, Dwayne.
I
I'm
gotta
not
love
actually
you, man.
serious when I say
You
those
go
things.
from
Don't worry.
humble to I don't know what you call it, but a mile high on your silly expectations, and I gotta love the game you play. So much respect for you, man. Dan, are you still in shock? Come on now, man.
Oh, with Sunday, yes.
Yeah.
Still, I'm still in shock. But then tomorrow I transition into plotting a path to beat the New York Jets.
I
You gotta
hear all
plot it,
that.
all right. It won't be
I'm
easy.
behind you,
And
Dan.
that'll
I
last
left
about 20 minutes. And then
Dan, I left a
afterwards,
couple screenshots for your show and your in Discord, so check that out. It could be
Y'all might
useful
beat them
for you.
oh,
Don't
okay.
worry, TD. They are not screenshots of you, brother. DF forever out.
Later,
What does
Dwayne.
got for me in here?
And I hope that people realize when I say these things about Fields, it's all with fun. I mean, I'm not actually putting him in the elite category. It's just all fun and games. You got to prove to me way more before I start saying those things with a straight face.
Dude, this is
He
actually
threw some nice
insane.
passes, Rich.
I know TD is up.
Like, this is actually insane right here.
What?
Hold up. I'm going to share my screen so we can appreciate greatness. Look at that. 16 for 21, 251 passing yards, 3 total touchdowns, and a 131.3 passer rating in just the fourth quarter. Good God.
All I see is 5 incompletions.
Of course, that's all you see. Of course, that's all you
That is
see.
crazy,
And
bro.
boys, look, I got to tell you what, man. I'm putting together a parlay right now. And right now, Sleeper has Jaden Daniels over half a passing yard. I'm clearly doing that. Who would want to take
Give in.
away? Do we think that Jordan Love is good enough for 233.5 passing yards against the Washington Commanders defense? I think it's tough.
How much did he have last game?
And the Commanders' defense actually played well.
It was the Giants.
Yeah, but
Yeah, it was
still.
the Giants. Yeah. And so it was
They
the
did play well,
Giants.
though.
Keep that in mind. I don't think he had an insane game. He went 16 for 22, 188 yards.
Yeah, he had a lot of touchdowns, but didn't have a lot of yards. I think this could be one of those shootouts. Even
Yeah,
though
me
both
too.
defenses I like Washington's defense. I like Green Bay's defense as well, but I think this could be one of those shootout type of games. Give me the over.
And then I'm transitioning over right now to the Philadelphia-Kansas City game. What's interesting to me is Jalen Hurts over 41.5 rushing yards. I don't know if I want to stay away from that one
Against Kansas City?
against
I
Kansas
like
you, might,
City.
you might want to take that, actually.
Yeah, I like that against Kansas City. They play a lot of man. He's going to...
Okay. No. That's a promo. I can't swap promos. Saquon Barkley over 13.5 receiving yards. I feel like this new offensive coordinator wants to start incorporating that. So I'm going to go ahead and lock this in just so all of us are aware. Look at this. $10 will turn into $58 if all of these hit. Jaden Daniels over half a passing yard. I think that's a lock already. Jordan Love over 233.5 passing yards, a perceived shootout on Thursday Night Football. And then last but not least, Saquon Barkley, 13.5 receiving yards. For the love of God, you need to get it, Saquon. New offensive coordinator, make a name for yourself. Folks, you can fade me, you can tail me with this, as long as you ultimately end up signing up for Sleeper. Sleeper, hands down, best player prop platform on the market today. Matching 100% of your first deposit all the way up to $100. All right? You deposit $100, you get a free $100. And feel free to send us over some of your parlays. Let us know. We'll react to a couple of them, some of the big winners. We want to be able to highlight you guys, especially highlighting how much you know ball or how much
Shout
you
out
don't.
to Sleeper. Terms
Shout out
and
to
conditions
Sleeper.
apply.
Terms and conditions apply.
I got a Richie's impromptu. I got a question, if you guys don't mind.
Okay, I love a good Richie's impromptu. What do you got?
These are the Rookies of the Week's honors for week number 1.
Ooh.
All right, and I have a question. Now, these are all deserving of it. But there's one rookie that's missed of here, and I think they disrespect the position. I think, and this is just not just a Jets thing. It's more just offensive lineman. Armand Membu, the Jets' first-round pick, was literally flawless against T.J. Watt, did not give up a singular pressure, and dominated people to the turf. Do you think offensive linemen are disrespected and offensive lineman deserves to be in these types of awards? Because they never are. I believe, wait, is this not the
Yeah.
first year where there's an offensive lineman award finally? we're
So
finally
there's the
seeing?
protector of the year for NFL honors.
Because
but-
Armand Membu deserved to be on here. There's like 5 snaps where he literally buried players to the turf in his debut, and he's not even listed on here. What do you guys think about offensive linemen being, disrespected in these types of polls.
Oh, you definitely should, man. You definitely should. Especially going up against a guy like TJ Watt. You're saying that he didn't release a single pressure or a sack?
No pressure. Zero pressure.
No pressure at all. The young buck ended up
He was perfect.
quieting down one of the highest paid edge rushers.
Zero pressures, 26 pass blocking snaps. And there's like at least 3 or 4 run blocking snaps where he literally was burying them to the turf, where you're like, this guy is a grown man. Like pancake
grown man amongst
including
boys over
TJ
here in
Watt.
the NFL.
He buried TJ Watt on a rep. And like I was watching it on film this morning, like on repeat. I'm like, oh my God, this guy's that dude. So I feel
Dude, you
like
know what? I think that you should be upset because that's like, look, like I love Bill from the Washington Commanders. That's cool, right? He's the man. I know everyone's excited about him. And with RJ Harvey, like, I mean, I guess Samson from Cleveland, I'd probably end up swapping out Samson, and I probably would have gave Membu the honors if you were to ask me.
they just disrespect O-linemen. It's not just about Membu. It's in general, I think, league-wide, they don't give offensive linemen the recognition they deserve, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And they
All starts
should.
with them.
And they
shouldn't,
should.
TD?
No,
No?
when you're all
Why? Because you have a
pro,
trash offensive line?
No, I'm just saying when you're all pro or go to the Pro Bowl, this is the normal. Nobody knows how good offensive lineman did until the game over and stats come out. It's just not the highlight of the game. I mean, let's just be honest about it. People
Well, that means
want to
you're not watching football properly.
Yeah, I
You gotta
get it,
watch
Richie.
football the right way. Don't look at the flashy cars
I
on the
get it.
outside.
Oh,
That's your mind.
okay.
That's why you're a Dolphins fan. This is
All
the
right,
Dolphins
Richie.
have poisoned your brain.
Okay, Richie, am I
It all
gonna
starts
see
up front, TD.
Am I going to see a highlight on TV? Because I can't watch every game. So am I going to see a highlight on TV of this offensive lineman and how great they were this week? No, I'm going to see in red zone, they're going to show me the impact players making plays, the interceptions, the one-handed touchdown.
You're right, TD.
all.
But you're
The
right
fantasy
100%.
football
But
mover.
real football fans like yourself should read into those plays and go deep into the trenches and see, oh, there's a reason why the quarterback had an extra second to get the ball off to have that wide receiver make that electric play. Like,
All right,
that's my
Richie,
point. They don't get the credit that they deserve because of what you're saying. You're right. The media does show off the wide receivers. They show off the playmakers. They show off the fantasy football people. But in my opinion, the offensive linemen do not get the credit that they deserve. You are right about what you said.
I get
But
it.
they don't get the credit that they deserve because it starts with them. It always does.
I get it.
And how many
acknowledge
times,
they
like
don't
CJ
get the
Stroud,
credit.
he doesn't have an offensive line. See what I mean? When they're bad, we bring it up, but when they're good, we don't care.
That's all. That's my only point. No one cares, and I agree with you. They should, but they don't. So I mean, that's the norm.
Yeah,
it's
that's
just
my
like
point.
Just like our rookie was the highest rated defensive tackle. But do you know about Kenneth Grant and how that he probably should have been up there before your guy? Do you know that?
Defensive or offensive?
Defensive tackle.
Kenneth Grant?
Yeah. Did you know that he probably should have been voted up there over your guy too? Did you?
No, the Miami Dolphins were one of the
nobody
worst
knows.
teams.
Nobody knows, Richie.
He gave
This is what I
33
mean.
points.
And by the way, he wasn't the number one defensive tackle. By the way,
Yeah,
I
he
just
just
saying that to
lies.
say it. Nobody knows though. This is
I don't
why
believe
nobody
that.
cares. This is exactly why
believe
nobody cares. You don't know until a few graphics come out later in the week. I mean, so it's just not a sexy position in the league. I mean, you know.
Well, let me just say this. Jordan Schultz brings up a great point. We didn't hear Armand Membu's name much on Sunday, and that's a good thing.
It's a good thing, yeah.
That's how the media covers offensive linemen. And the only time you hear about an offensive lineman during games is when they have a penalty or they get, give up a big sack. But when they're dominating, you don't really see much of them. But hey, if you want to go watch Teach Tape, it's Armand Membu.
You're hearing me week 4. No worries.
Or Chop Robinson's getting crunched by that man, bro. Are you kidding me? Chop Robinson? He's getting annihilated. He's getting thrown. The guy's a twig.
You might be right.
Armand Membu chucking that man. Come on, bro. Let's do it, man. No, I'm just saying, man, I just feel like offensive lineman deserves their props. Not even just from a Jets perspective, but in totality. Because we make it excuses. Oh, Drake May doesn't have a lot around him. He doesn't have an offensive line.
The league needs to put, because it's still a corporation. I think the league needs to put more emphasis on making sure they highlight certain linemen throughout the year so people are aware of the good O linemen in the league. Because, man, you could be voting for you. We could be like, oh, he's going to be a pro. Nobody says this person's going to be an all-pro this year in the trenches unless you're a fan of that team, typically.
It's true.
So the league should do a better job highlighting offensive, linemen of the week. And this guy didn't allow this and that for the third consecutive week and stuff, but they don't.
It's true. And this is the topic for the AFC East roundtable, but I think the Patriots made a whiff. They should have drafted Membu over Campbell, just saying. But let's move on.
Let's move on to the next caller. Shout out, LaSalle.
Hey.
LaSalle, what up?
I'm doing good. I just want to say to emphasize. I feel like Caleb Williams showed a lot last night. He showed so much last night. Even when I lost, because honestly, I feel like if you've been getting a lot of hate like in the offseason, people were talking about like, oh, like he ain't the guy, like he's a bust and all that, and I'm like, did they not realize how horrible the coaching staff was around him last year? Like he had a really horrible coaching staff around him. And now we got Ben Johnson, who I'm kind of happy that they lost because it's kind of like, the Jets offense played better in their game than Ben Johnson's offense. Kind of like, I'm like, let's go, like like we got the right play, got the right team, got the better coordinator. And also TD, I remember last year the Cowboys got destroyed by the Saints. And Cowboy fans were saying the exact same thing you're saying. The Saints are the best team in the league. The Saints are the best team in the league. They're gonna go to the playoffs.
Ooh, good point
never
there.
know-
for
you never
LaSalle.
know this.
And what happened? They lost.
Hey, LaSalle brings up a good point. LaSalle brings up a great point. Thank you for the call, LaSalle. We appreciate it. You got killed by a bottom feeder, TD. Just admit it.
It's too early to say that. Colts might be the team on the rise for real. You don't know. They play well enough to actually say they might be a good team this year, though.
You made him look good.
Maybe that too, but let's wait. I think they're really good.
Folks, don't forget to hit the like button if you're just tuning in. We're live every single day here on Roundtable Sports Network, live weekdays, 1 p.m. Eastern, and we're having a fun time talking all things NFL. So let's continue the vibes. We talk all the latest news. We got our division shows live tonight across the network, and then more of them tomorrow night. So we got a lot of jam-packed stuff all throughout this awesome day. Let's get into another Patreon caller. If you guys want to become a Patreon caller, that link is in the description to sign up today. You guys get a lot of exclusive content, and more importantly, you get access to not just this show to call in, but every single show across the network. You get to call in and say your thoughts. We got Terrence up next. What up, Terrence?
See what I'm talking about, TD? You did it, man. You did it.
Deal
Damn,
what?
I thought you knew ball. Do not drink this Daniel Jones Kool-Aid. I promise you.
Dude, I'm a
Don't
believer.
drink it.
I'm a believer.
See what you've done, TD?
I
Oh, my
did it.
God.
I'm a believer in
But
Daniel Jones.
I've come to this conclusion, TD. You're right. We pulled the Buffalo Bills. We got Xavier Howard. We put him in the interrogation room, and we said, how do we beat the Dolphins? That's why Tua looks so bad.
Yep.
That's what it is, man. But
Yep.
to answer your question, Dan, I don't think it's really a split between A.R. Richardson fans and Daniel Jones fans. It's just when you look at the AFC, you got Josh Allen, you got Lamar Jackson, you got Joe Burrow, you got these guys, and you want us to go in there with Daniel Jones? Nah, man. Even if we were to make the playoffs, what's the point of making the playoffs if we get blown out?
Yeah.
TD
And
says
so I
all the
don't see
time.
Daniel Jones I don't see Daniel Jones being your future, right? Not at all. But I do think that, and granted it's after 1 week, I do think that he's serviceable enough to where he could
But
serve
we've
as a
had
bridge.
that, man. We've had like 13 quarterbacks. Matt
Terrence,
Ryan,
Terrence.
Carson Wentz.
I
We're
Terrence.
tired of it.
Terrence,
So
you
we're-
actually might have the best team in the NFL.
No,
Y'all
we
should
don't.
be talking Super Bowl, bro.
No, we should not. It's what you always say, TD. What do you always? He's good. He's not even good enough not to be good enough at quarterback. He's not even that.
Yeah,
But y'all did this.
Bowl, man.
Dude, neither is
Stop.
Tua anymore either. I think we can all agree with that.
Like, golly. Don't drink the Kool-Aid, Dan. That was it, man. Just saying. When
All
you look
right.
at the other quarterbacks in the league, man, we don't want to go into the playoffs with Daniel Jones.
Daniel Jones. All right, man. Shout out to Terrence for coming on in. So with my take on Daniel Jones is that I do think that he's a serviceable bridge guy, and I do think that you still need to hit the drawing board this year in the first round and go with a quarterback, and a good one this time, right? I'm big on Garrett Nussmeier. I'm big on Lenora Sellers. I don't think Arch Manning is hitting the draft this year. I think he stays one more year in college, especially with his performance against so the Ohio State Buckeyes this past week 1, but shit ton of very, very good QBs.
Yeah, I agree, man. I think that they are definitely going to do just that. TD will be right back. Don't you guys worry. We got a big TD Fins talk. He will be back. Don't you worry. But Dan, we still got to get into yesterday's game, which we didn't.
We
yet.
do. We do. I
that
would
was
love
a big
to
game.
touch thoughts on it, man, because you know what? I was very impressed with how the Chicago Bears looked for the first and the second quarter, right? Like you saw confidence in Caleb Williams. He completed 10 of his 10 first passes, zip on the ball. You could see tastes of a Ben Johnson offense, but then afterwards it completely sputtered. Yes, Caleb was out there making mistakes. I'm not sure if it maybe had to do with the fact that he had PTSD from the offensive line last year, whether or not that it was Ben Johnson playing more so, let's not lose this game rather than let's put the foot on throat, if you will. But I'm still pretty high on Chicago, and so I do think that they will impress people this year. It's just going to be a matter of time. Sucks to lose, but I wouldn't be giving up on the QB just yet. Shout out to JJ McCarthy, man. Like, I was pounding the table for the first 3 quarters that this kid just went out there and looked lost. And I was willing to give him a pass as well, largely due to the fact that he has been away from the game of football, at least in actual regulation play, for close to 2 years. Last game he played was the national championship with Jim Harbaugh. But he turned it on during the fourth quarter. He was able to will his team downfield, made some great throws. Obviously, need to give credit to Kevin O'Connell. He definitely simplified that offense for him, and that's what you need to do because, again, he's a redshirt rookie. But, I mean, 21 points in the fourth quarter is something to be impressed about. Solid outing from the Rook.
Yeah, man, definitely solid out. I mean, my biggest impression with JJ was his ability to be resilient. I mean, that pick 6, everyone was like, dude, what? Rookie performance, not looking great, typical rookie performance. And I think that we saw a rookie go out there, and looked like JJ McCarthy was not built for the league in that moment, but then he showed that toughness, leveled it up in the fourth quarter, and he was throwing really big-time throws over the middle. His first touchdown pass to JJ over the middle was a big-time throw. I was very impressed, a rocket out of his arm. And then you saw him be able to go out there, make some plays. Caleb Williams started off the game really well, and then he was just not reading the field. I mean, he missed DJ Moore. You got to get the ball out fast. It's not just how good you are athletically. Caleb Williams is a physically talented quarterback. He's got the athleticism. He's got the talent, but I don't know if he's got the mental ability to process the field just yet. I think there were some miscommunications between him and Ben Johnson that they talked about after the game. That's going to happen when you're in your first time. I think it's going to be a process for Caleb Williams and Ben Johnson to get on the same page as the season goes on. But what a comeback victory from the Minnesota Vikings, man. I thought this game was all over, but that's what makes this league so special. That's what makes the NFL so awesome, is that it's never over until the final whistle. The Buffalo Bills proved that Sunday night, and then the Minnesota Vikings proved it last night. TD, your thoughts of the Monday Night Football game last night?
Yeah, it was a great game. Caleb Williams and that offense came out striking. But I'm saying Buffalo. Minnesota had no answer for it at first. I mean, you know what? They had an answer for it, but Caleb Williams, his legs, he escaped everything in that first 2.5 quarters.
He's good
escaped
pocket
everything.
awareness.
I mean, they were
He's good
getting
pocket awareness.
pressure right in his face, and he was getting out of it. And it's crazy because it started to feel like, oh man, Brian Flores' defense is breaking, but no, Caleb was just escaping great defense. It was insane how much he was picking up. And having those Vikings defenders running after him the whole time. But you know what? Those we keep talking about JJ McCarthy, second half, come on party. No. It goes right back to the Vikings defense. What they did from the middle of the third quarter all the way throughout the fourth quarter was it was epic. I mean, they literally made adjustments to say, Caleb, no more. Caleb, no more. We're not doing this anymore with you. We're gonna make sure he put, from what I saw, he put an extra guy on the line, and he still didn't send the 5, but he'll send 4. But now we got like a more bunch look, kind of like Y9 did almost when you really look at it. And Caleb Williams didn't have any answers for like 4 drives straight. Then whenever it seemed like the game was out of reach, almost 2 possessions, they go down the field and they score because the defense a little more lax, like bend but not break. And then they tighten it up at the end again. So that's what allowed all of this. That defense literally locked down. And then KOC called a heck of a game when the defense because let's be honest, it looked like that game was about to get out of hand and Chicago was going to run away with it. It looked like at one point early in the third, oh man, Chicago's about to go up big. But that defense said, all right, I'm going to give you some extra possessions, offense. Y'all better figure it out, though. We can only hold it so long. And they did. And JJ started looking confident. He started moving. He started making the throws. You know what throw did it? It was the one to Justin Jefferson. The one to – remember, Justin Jefferson hadn't gotten anything. But that one throw to Justin Jefferson opened it all up. And next thing you know, J.J. McCarthy saw green, and he was going for it, just going for it, or purple in their case. And great execution in the second half by the Vikings. Bears total collapse. But at the same token, a lot of those opportunities were there in the first half, but J.J. with a lot of pressure on him couldn't execute at the moment. So both teams are solid, but both of them are still teams that you got to wait next week to see start to build a better conclusion, because it was night and day. Chicago was elite at the beginning, terrible at the end. Vikings were terrible at the beginning and elite at the end. So we got to see more games.
Damn, man. Let's see, folks. Sound off and let us know your thoughts on the Vikings. And guys, there's currently 243 of you watching us on YouTube, meaning that there needs to be 243 like buttons hit. It's the easiest way to show love over here, guys. We want to continue to grow this community as we are live Monday through Friday at 1 p.m. EST all the damn time. So just do us a favor and hit that thumbs up sign, and please feel free to introduce yourself in the chat if you are brand new. Andy Johnson's in the building. Andy, what up?
What's going on, boys? Just here to remind TD that reality is here.
Reality is here.
And he ain't going away anytime soon.
Reality is here.
Andy is the reality check guy.
Funny enough, TD has all but accepted it. Until say that he could beat the Patriots next weekend, then he'll be right back on the train.
I'm not worried about you, Andy. Week 3.
Yeah, you say that now.
You say that now.
Together next week.
You say that.
Yeah,
you literally say that every year.
Oh.
And every year I pump up that blood pressure.
You know what? I'm telling y'all now, we look terrible. Buffalo look great. That's a game that can flip the whole season.
Shout out.
Well, first you got to beat the Patriots.
Shout out to Andy. Shout out to Andy for coming on in and giving TD his daily dose of a reality check, which he so desperately needs. Daniel is coming with a super chat saying, Richie, TD should be a Jets fan. He's too cool for mine.
Yeah, Daniel likes you, man. TD, come over to the green side of things.
Let's chill on the glazing. Okay.
I'll say this though, man. I'm proud of Justin.
Stop glazing, Daniel. No, I'm just kidding.
Dan wishes he was getting glazed. That's where this is going.
Yeah. You need to glaze me. No, just damn it, bro. Damn it. I didn't mean that.
Oh, clip it.
Damn
That's
it.
that. You're done. Dan's done.
Dan, let's get to it. Gotcha, brother.
Dan really just said that, huh?
There we go, brother. There we go. Purple.
Wait, Dan, what did you just
No.
say?
Relax. Dolphins are the worst team in the NFL. LOL. Fins. What was T-Rex Arms Campbell's PFF grade?
Should I call up
That's a
Colby
great
and ask-
question. TD, best of luck on Sunday, but go Patriots. Justin, he's actually backstage. I'm excited to talk to him here in a second. Damn, TD, if y'all give the Steelers Tyreek and a Ravens lost the division, can you guys just trade him out of the conference? I'm buying Diggs' rival jersey. We will beat Miami. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Richie, TD should be a Jets fan. He's too
Sent
cool
it in
for
again.
Miami. Yeah, we said no glaze in here. Jets
you, like,
gonna
look at-
glaze those Bills on Sunday.
Let's go.
Oh,
Let's go,
yeah,
Jet.
baby. That's what we like. That's what we like to see right there. All right? Now, are the PFF grades out? If I go to a grade, so 2025 grades. Yeah, I think this is updated. Will Campbell had a 68 PFF grade.
T-Rex Arms.
T-Rex, sorry, not Will Campbell. T-Rex Arms had a 68 rating in PFF, while Armand Membu had the highest grade out of any tackle in football with 89. Just saying. Number one tackle in the NFL after week 1, Mr. Armand Membu.
Well, that is great. We have Justin backstage. I believe he's a Patriots fan. Justin, what's going on, man?
What's up, guys?
Hey, man, living
How's
the
it going,
dream.
Justin?
Trying to,
Welcome
at
to the
least. What's on
Patreon
your
member.
mind?
First of all, Richie, the early games that I've seen. Of course, I'm a Patriots fan, but I watched the Red Zone, and I gotta say, the Jets and Steelers game, by far one of the best early games that I've ever seen.
Yeah,
By far.
entertaining, man.
Oh, yeah.
Entertained, yeah. Dan, as much as I hate to say this because you guys are our division rivals,
Yeah,
James Cook actually helped me out in fantasy, so thank you for that.
that's good. That's good.
TD, man, I'm not gonna talk shit to you because we're both 0-1 going into week number 2. Okay,
Thank you.
I'm not
Thank
gonna
you,
I'm
brother.
not gonna do that because
Thank you, brother.
I know how I actually felt bad for Tua. Okay, this coming from a Patriots fan that hates the Dolphins, but I actually felt bad for Tua. That being said, I just want this weekend to be a close game, no blowouts by either of us. So, and I'm gonna say this right now. I think whoever wins this game, I don't know. I just think that they're not gonna catch the Bills in the division. I know that because the Bills are good. The Bills are good, but
Thank you, sir.
I think whoever wins this game will be one of the wild cards going into the playoffs. I know it's week 2, but I generally think that.
Wow, Justin with the bold take. Whoever wins Patriots versus Dolphins is going to be a wild card. Well, I guess you forgot about those Jets, huh? Guess you forgot about them. Justin, I'm just kidding. Justin, we appreciate the call, man. Great to have you as a part. Justin's a big Celtics fan. He shows a lot of love to Knicks media as well, so that's my guy, Justin.
Salute to you, Justin. Celtics best basketball team in the NBA,
Oh,
but
get
nobody feels bad for Tua. Stop that mess, man.
The whole world feels bad for
He got
Tua.
paid.
And by the way, did you guys see my fantasy football dominance in week number 1? Well, that was because of RotoWire, if you forgot. The ultimate fantasy football tool. You guys watched me draft my team live, and oh my God, did I dominate. I scored 150 points in my first week, and that was because of how awesome RotoWire was able to help me build my draft kit tool. Now, the cool thing about RotoWire, folks, is it's not just for drafts. You can utilize RotoWire during the season. You sync your league with that. It'll help you with your weaknesses, your strengths. It will help you figure out who to get in the waiver wire, the weather, depth charts, everything you need to know on RotoWire. Make sure you guys sign up today and get a 15% off with our code RTS. That is with RotoWire, the ultimate fantasy football tool. We're very fortunate to be partnered up with RotoWire. Shout out to them.
Shout out to them indeed. Folks, thank you so much for tuning in to another edition. Fourth and Forever, your daily NFL news show on the Roundtable Sports Network. Real coverage from real fans. Richie, what would you like to say to the audience before we send them off?
We're out. We'll see you guys tonight for the division shows. Not us, but we got a lot of division shows tonight across the network. Go check them out. NFC East Roundtable up first, 6 p.m. EST. Go over to there and check them out, folks. We appreciate it. TD, anything you want to say to the people?
Yeah, we're gonna see y'all tomorrow. We're gonna start previewing week 2. A ton of good games coming up again. Let's get into it. Thank y'all for tuning in to Fourth and Forever. We love y'all.
Folks, we appreciate you. We'll see you tomorrow, same time, same place. Glenn, where you at?